1 in 7 Americans are on dialysis. These patients are in stage 5 renal failure. Renal failure does not discriminate. This disease happens to people from every ethnicity, background, different walks of life, different lifestyles. It does not discriminate, and who knows, one day you or a loved one could be on dialysis. Today I'm going to show you how to string a dialysis machine for treatment. So first we're going to gather our supplies. Here I have a bag of saline, streamlined dialyzer lines, our blood lines, and a dialyzer. We're going to go ahead and put on gloves to touch our machine. So first we're going to go ahead and open up our dialyzer. You can go ahead and discard. The dialyzer goes here. Pop that into that little socket for now. Next we'll go ahead and open up our bag of saline. We'll go ahead and put the saline bag on our pole. And we'll go ahead right now and just go ahead and take off the bottom. Next is our streamlines. This is the more tricky side of stringing the machine. So we have these little tags on here. We're going to go ahead and rip those off. Those help kind of hold together all the lines as you're stringing. So kind of hard to find, but we're going to go ahead and pull our venous line and set it aside for now, and pull away our saline line, and we can go ahead and hang that right there with our saline. So we're going to start by placing this large clamp on this side. There's little hooks right here. We're going to open up our pump. It has little clips. You kind of clip that back in there. Then we're going to go ahead and run the pump so that we can run this line all the way through. And clip it to the other side. So now our arterial line is engaged. We can go ahead and put on our venous line. So our venous line, we're going to go ahead and hook to the side where I've got a little water bucket back there. And this chamber here, we are going to put into place. We're going to go ahead and take our dialyzer back off. It's got caps. We're going to take those off. You'll see here it has blue. That is where our blue line is going to attach on the top. I'll move to the other side for red. Here's our red. We're going to go ahead and attach that red line to the red end of the dialyzer. Okay, now our dialyzer is engaged with both lines. We're going to go put it back into place. Now we've got some clamps on here we need to go ahead and clamp. This first one's going to be the bubble from your venous line and your venous chamber. Now we're ready to go ahead and hook up our saline line for prime. So we're going to go ahead and take off our little caps. We've got another cap right here on the arterial line. This end piece is going to hook onto our arterial line. And then we're going to go ahead and spike our saline. Alright, so now we have that water priming to the end all the way here. We see we've got water coming out. We're going to go ahead and clamp that off. So now we can go ahead and prime the rest of these lines. We're going to go ahead and prime at a blood flow rate of 150. And there it goes, and we'll come back. Okay, so we're back, and now we have water, saline, to our venous line. We can go ahead and unhook that from our bucket. And make sure we're not tangled up here. We'll go ahead and unhook it. We'll grab our arterial line. So we have both lines. Go ahead and clamp both. These little recircs, there's one on each. We're going to take one off of the other, open the cap, and this is what we call marrying our lines. So now our lines are connected. We can go ahead and unclamp. We'll go ahead and hang that. We're gonna go ahead now and open this chamber up. It filled up with a little bit of saline, but not all the way. So we let all that air out by taking off the cap and unclamping. And once we have saline, we'll go ahead and clamp it off again. At this point, we would go ahead and test our machine and put it through recirc before attaching the patient to the lines. This dialysis machine, this artificial kidney, this artificial kidney is the reason that patients get to live to see another day. They're counting on this machine and the techs and nurses to make sure it is ready and safe to use. And that's how you string a dialysis machine.